Hey my lovelies, thank you so much for tuning back in to my channel where we break down the fundamentals of hair care. Today's video we're going to be covering the topic of air drying. What is air drying, why we air dry, how we air dry. So if you want to learn a little bit more about that, stay tuned. Okay, so what is air drying, you may want to know. Well, air drying is a process whereby we let the natural elements dry our hair. So we let the sun dry our hair, we let the wind dry our hair. And we do this because we're trying to avoid direct heat. Yes, if we are on a healthy hair journey, one of our main priorities is to minimize the application of direct and indirect heat to our hair. So that is why we air dry, and that is what air drying is. Now, why you're tuning into this video is because you want to know how we air dry. Because I know a lot of us have tried air drying before and are of the opinion it just doesn't work for me. But I'm here to give you some tips and hopefully you'll be able to become a pro at air drying. Step number 1, moisture. You want to ensure that on wash day, multiple layers of moisture is applied to your hair. So that starts from 1, your deep conditioner. Ensure that you choose a moisturizing deep conditioner or a moisture-based deep conditioner. You also want to follow up with a moisturizing leave-in conditioner. So whether that's a liquid leave-in or a cream leave-in or a combination of both, you want to ensure that those are going to add moisture and what we like to call a slip to your hair. Also follow up with a penetrating oil, and 3 of the top penetrating oils are grapeseed oil, olive oil, and almond oil. You can follow up with either of those oils to make sure that the moisture that you inputted into your hair is adequately sealed in. Step number 2, you want to detangle your hair, guys. Detangling is what's going to give your hair that smooth appearance. Now, don't get me wrong. Air drying is not going to produce the same results as flat ironing or blow drying your hair. It just wouldn't, because the natural elements will not be smoothing out your hair cuticles as with heat. But what you do want is the smoothest result possible. And the only way you're going to get that smooth result is through detangling. So you want to either utilize a Dena brush or a wide tooth comb in order to get your hair as smooth as possible. Number 3, train your hair. Your hair is like a little child, especially when you're so accustomed to drying your hair with heat. Starting on a heat-free hair journey through air drying is going to be difficult on your hair because your hair is not going to be accustomed to it. So you want to make sure that you train your hair. Tell your hair how you wish for it to dry. And so if you find that you're having difficulties air drying your hair with it being left out, try twisting your hair or try braiding your hair. Or if it's out and you're comfortable with it, smooth your hair while it's drying. Take your hands, rub your hands through your hair in order to get a smoother look. Number 4, so after your hair is all air dried or at least 90% dry, you then want to add another layer of moisture. Yes, air drying is all about adding moisture to your hair in order for you to have soft, fluffy, manageable hair. So you want to then moisturize and seal. Moisturizing and sealing is a process whereby we utilize a water-based hair moisturizer. By that we mean that the first ingredient in that moisturizer is listed as water. You want to utilize that, apply that generously to your hair, and afterwards seal it in again with an oil of your choice. And finally, guys, step number 5. After you've already moisturized and sealed your hair, you then have to tuck away your hair or style your hair depending on what you plan to do. So if you're planning to go to sleep, how you tuck away your hair will affect the result. Us may want to wrap our hair at night. Some of us may wish to put our hair in 2 plaits or 2 twists to get a nice curly or wavy look. Some of us may even wish to utilize flexi rods. It depends on the style that you're going for the next day. But whatever you do, after you choose to put away your hair, make sure that you put a satin scarf or a satin bonnet on your hair before you go to bed. You do not want all of those layers of moisture that you just applied to your hair to be rubbed off on your pillowcases. So it's so essential that you sleep with something of a satin or silk material to assist with holding in that moisture into your hair. Okay guys, that brings us to the end of today's video. I hope it was informative. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did like this video, comment, share, and of course, subscribe for more content. I love you and I will speak to you another time.